Okay, so we'll start with BIMDAS, it's the order of operations. So it's a maths method used to solve long sums that contain brackets, powers or indices, positive, negative, multiply and divide. Okay, so how does it work? Well, basically when you're looking at a long sum, you look at the sum from left to right and you kind of clean up the bits and pieces on each run through from left to right. So the first thing you look for is what's inside brackets and you fix them first. Then you look to see if there's any numbers that are raised to a power or have an indice or an index. Then you go back again left to right and you look for any multiplications, do those, and then you go again, look for division, additions, and finally any subtractions. And that's known as BIMDAS, where each letter stands for brackets, indices, multiply, divide, add, subtract. And here's an example of how to use BIMDAS. So here we have solve 12 plus 8 divide by 2 plus in brackets 4 plus 3 times 3 minus 3 squared. So the first run through we're going to look for brackets, and there's the brackets there. 4 plus 3 is 7. So we fix that bit or clean that bit. Then we look again, and this time we're looking for indices, and there's one there, so that becomes 9. That's done. Then we're looking for any multiplications, BIM. Yes, there's one here, 7 times 3, so that's 21. Then we're looking for any division, and there's one here, so 8 divided by 2 is 4. Then we're looking for any addition, so there's 12 plus 4 is 16, and there's 16 plus 21 is 37. Do all the additions first, and then finally we work on the subtraction sign. And we get 37 minus 9 is 28. So that's how you use BIMDAS, left to right all the time. Each time you fix whatever needs fixing in the correct order. Now another very important method in maths is to be sure and know how to work with positive and negative numbers. So when we're working with positive and negative numbers, we're either adding stroke subtracting them, or we might be multiplying, dividing them. So let's look at what we do. What's the rule if we're adding and subtracting positive and negative numbers? So the first thing to do is, if I have two numbers like plus 6 minus 7, I need to look at the signs. If the signs are different, if one number I'm adding to the other is positive and the other is negative, if they're different, then I keep the sign of the bigger number and take the small number from the big. So if I have plus 6 minus 7, the bigger number there is the 7, so I keep the sign of that, which is minus, and I take the little number from the big. 6 from 7 is 1. So plus 6 minus 7 is minus 1. What about if the signs are the same? Well, if the signs are the same, I keep the sign I keep the sign, they're the same, whatever the sign is, I'll keep that, and I just add the two numbers. So minus 6 minus 7, the signs are the same, keep the sign, add the numbers, becomes minus 13. And then if I'm multiplying or dividing, the same rule applies for both numbers with positive and negative numbers. Like signs give a plus sign in the answer, unlike signs give a minus sign in the answer. So for multiplication, plus times plus, plus 3 by plus 2 gives a plus answer. Minus by minus gives a plus because their like signs give plus. Unlike signs, positive by negative gives negative, negative by positive gives negative. So plus 3 times minus 2, I'm just using the multiplication dot there, not the multiplication sign. But plus 3 times minus 2, plus by negative is negative because they're unlike, and 3 by 2 is 6, minus 6. Minus 2 by minus 3, minus by minus gives plus, like signs give plus, 2 by 3 is 6. And for division then it's the same. Like signs, a plus divided by a plus gives a plus, and minus divided by a minus gives a plus. They're like signs. Minus divided by plus, negative, plus divided by minus is negative. So minus 6 divided by 3, that's negative, this is positive. They're not the same, they're unlike. They give minus 6 divided by 3 is 2. Minus 12 divided by minus 4, minus and minus, they're like signs, they give plus. 12 divided by 4 is 3. A really important rule to know in maths as well. is when we're multiplying the contents inside brackets by a negative number outside the brackets. So I'm just going to ask now, what is, or simplify, minus brackets 3 inside the brackets? Okay, well, minus 3 inside the brackets is actually the same as, there's a 1 there but you don't see it, okay? Same as minus 1 times plus 3. Okay, so now really this is like looking at this problem here. Minus 1 times plus 3. Now it's not minus 1 plus 3, it's minus 1 multiplied by plus 3. So minus by plus, unlike signs, give negative. 1 by 3 gives 3. So minus brackets 3 is actually equal to minus 3. And if we look here, minus 4, that's the same as, there's a minus 1 outside the brackets there. It's the same as minus 1 times minus 4. So minus by minus gives plus, 1 by 4 gives 4. Minus 3 by 2, minus by the plus sign in there gives minus, and 3 by 2 gives 6. So be very careful with the minus sign outside brackets. It actually kind of acts like a switch, in that it switches the sign. So if we have, it switches the signs of the numbers inside the brackets. So now we'll look at simplifying algebraic expressions, which is all about gathering like terms. But what is a like term? Well, like terms have the same letter, and that same letters are raised to the same power. So 3x squared, the letter, and minus 2x squared, x is the same, and they're both raised to the same power. They're like terms. Okay, 3x squared minus 2x squared. The key being the x squared is the like term there. 4x and 7x, they are like terms as well. 2x squared and 4x are not like terms. You won't be gathering these together because although the letter's the same, they don't have the same power. So here's an example. Simplify. It doesn't say solve, so note that. Normally when it says solve, you're finding a value for x is 3 or whatever. But just simplify. So simplify x squared plus 3x plus 2x squared minus 5x. And the way to approach these is to rewrite what you see, the best way from left to right in order of the highest powers, the 2's, the ones that you don't see, and then if there's just numbers by themselves with no variable. So basically we gather in order of the powers. So I have x squared plus 2x squared plus 3x minus 5x. And don't forget that the sign travels with the terms. Okay, so if we simplify that then further, we can see, well actually, x squared plus 2x squared, then we add those terms as 3x squared and plus 3x minus 5x plus minus negative, plus and minus, take the sign of the bigger numbers, minus, take the little and the big, minus 2x. Okay, another one, simplify. 2 multiplied by everything inside the brackets, x squared plus 4x minus 1, minus 2x plus 5. So 2 by x squared is 2x squared, 2 by 4x is plus 8x, and 2 by minus 1 is minus 2, minus 2x plus 5. Gather your terms. There's 2x squared, no other x squared terms. There's 8x minus 2x, and then we have minus 2 plus 5. That gives us 2x squared plus 6x plus 3. So you're just gathering the like terms there. So removing brackets and simplifying. So how do we do that? Let's multiply 3x minus 1 by 2x plus 5. So 3x by 2x is 6x squared. 3x by 5 is plus 15x. Minus 1 by 2x is minus 2x. And minus 1 by plus 5 is minus 5. And then we gather the terms, 6x squared plus 15 minus 2x is plus 13x minus 5. Sometimes we're asked to evaluate expressions. So we're given an expression 2a plus b, moving away from x's and y's now for a change, where a is equal to 3 and b is equal to minus 2. How do you evaluate that expression? Well, you simply substitute 3 in for where you see a and minus 2 where you see b. Okay, so we have 2 times 3 is 6, and then we've plus brackets minus 2. So what's going on here? That's really plus 1 times minus 2. Plus by minus gives minus, and 1 by 2 is 2. So always that 1 you can't see, but it's there. So 6 minus 2 is 4. Evaluate 3x squared plus y squared when x is equal to 2 and y equals minus 3. So again, where x we plug in 2, where we see y we plug in minus 3. We work out what's in the brackets first. So 2 squared is 4, 3 fours are 12, and minus 3 squared is plus 9. Minus by minus gives plus 9. 3 by 3 is 9. 12 plus 9 is 21.